Everybody, welcome to the channel. Sit back, relax. Let's get it. Reasonable Crashouts.
Pointing out a double standard here, Adrian. I mean, take hip-hop. We've talked about this on the show before. You have African-American rappers saying inward this and inward that, but a Caucasian can't. So say it.
So say it then. I'll say it with you.
Yeah. Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it. I'm just saying that I can't.
So you can. Say it. Say it right now. I will say it with you.
Crashouts. We all familiar with them. People that be bunging for no reason. People that be over-exaggerating certain scenarios and just be taken out of context 99% of the time. Shit, I crashed out when I saw that Switch 2 games were £75, fam. Are you mad, bruv? That's like a whole shift at work. And with the whole cost of living crisis we got out here in the UK, you're trying to get me to spend that to play Mario Kart, which is a game you can only play online. Suck your mom, bro. What are you talking about? But for real though, crashing out is an art. It's amazing how some people's first reaction to anything is to start moving like Grug from the cruise, or for them to throw the quickest tantrum possible like their power levels rising, or they're going 0 to 100. But a lot of crashouts are low-key justified. I mean, most of the time these men are just acting out after carefully warning people or just asking politely. And as your host of today's video, I'll be sharing and telling you why these were all reasonable crashouts, starting with the man himself, John Walker. And before I even talk about this man, look at the glaze he's recently been getting with the success of the Thunderbolts movie. It's times like this I think that as a Marvel fan myself, I actually sometimes question the community because they were hating on this man.
Never really got into the Marvel. Like, yeah, I watched Iron Man, I watched Hulk, but I didn't watch Adventures. I didn't watch the Endgame and none of that. Still haven't. I didn't watch the Thanos one. Yeah. I've seen the trailer.
This man for no reason. Don't get it twisted. I'm guessed that you man are finally recognizing peak. But I've been saying this since Falcon and the Winter Soldier, fam. John Walker has always been cold, fam. His suit was peak, the fights were fire, and his story was peak. US Agent is such a cool character, but he got sold completely in the story. He was more than qualified to be Captain America through his accolades, achievements, and physical capabilities. He was an S-tier rank for this role, bro. Big man take. I mean, shit. If we're being completely honest here, after I watched Thunderbolts with my boy, I think John could beat Steve in a fight, and it might not even be close, fam. After that super jump he did, which I did not know they could do, fam. I didn't even know that was possible. They had me in the cinema with my mouth dropped. I didn't know he could do that. It was crazy, fam. But seriously, John Walker had every right to bug out and do what he had to do in the show. And you know, I'm just gonna cut the shit and get to the part where everybody supposedly throws shade to this guy. So the moment that made everybody hate John Walker, which is mostly the part where he killed the Flag Smasher, and everybody saying things like, oh, the guy was trying to surrender. A hero doesn't kill. And by far my favorite one, Steve Rogers wouldn't have done this. Like, you sure Steve Rogers hasn't killed anyone, bro? Let's be honest, superheroes have killed a bunch of people regardless of them being bad guys or not. Most of the time we don't even count them as kills because they be doing.
What's even more crazy, I never watched Black Panther either. The first or the second one.
Way worse shit most of the time. With that being said, let me give you a deep analysis of the scenario which led John Walker to even kill the Flag Smasher in the first place. So before this even happens, the leader of the Flag Smashers, Carly, or better known as Pebbles, bro, from Top Boy, was planning to separate all the man them and kill John Walker in the first place. So Bucky and Sam get to realize they start Walker, so they start moving to his location ASAP. Fast forward now and they're all scrapping with the rest of the terrorists. And in this scene, John Walker gets grabbed by the man he kills later, who attempts to hold him so Pebbles can kill him with a knife, bro. So Battlestar tackles Carly and then she just punches the life out of my man, killing him. And like Naruto was when he thought Hinata died, John Walker was furious, fam. So he starts chasing down the terrorists to find out where Carly's gone, and in pursuit, the terrorist just dashes a concrete bin at him. And bear in mind, I didn't share this at the start, but he's now a super soldier. But if he didn't have the serum, he probably would have been knocked out or worse. So John Walker finally chases my man down and does the deed. And look at Carly looking all shocked at one of her brethren died when she was killing innocent people the entire show. She blew up a building full of people, took hostages, and did a whole GTA ragdoll out the car to even kill the hostages. I guess he was saving them. The GOAT himself, John Walker, fam. The show was painting John Walker as a bad guy from the start. Like Bucky and Sam were hating on him for no reason when him and Battlestar were just trying to do their job. Remember, the only reason why John Walker was even able to turn into Captain America was because Sam's dumbass decided not to take the opportunity for Captain America himself. He was handpicked by the man and he decided to take it and give it to the government. We're like, bro, it's your fault that shit even happened in the first place. And Bucky would just hate him because he wasn't Steve. He was up there gobbling Steve shit so bad, boys, that he couldn't see that somebody else would have eventually picked up the mantle of Captain America. And instead of being a comrade and a friend, he just became a hater, bro. And by far, this is the worst version of Bucky in the MCU, fam. His trim is shit, bro. His barber don't mess him up, fam. Don't get me wrong, John Walker definitely had his flaws. Like right after he killed the Flag Smasher and started scrapping with Bucky and Sam, he was low-key trying to kill them. I'll be honest, he was crazy here. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he was treated poorly by other superheroes. Yes, John Walker was working for the government, and Bucky and Sam weren't. But that doesn't mean you give the guy mistreatment. That was just mad unprofessional. Especially from unks who've been in the game collectively for like 100 years. What the hell is wrong with you two? The type of treatment these two were giving Walker and Bucky in the show isn't a terrorist. Acting like Hardy's actions so happy that John Walker fans were just mouse bro. Man didn't killed one about to get character. Can say we're back, fam. For real though, the John Walker hate was never just and just put real victim
Is he
to face
serious?
and what's the point of being
This,
to then be
there's
demonized?
no way.
Took it on the chin. That's when I knew we were doing something right. And now it's time for the next crash out. Benson from regular.
You took half the whole video yapping about Captain America. There's no way. Half of the video. Because I was already losing interest quick. I think y'all can see it. I was trying to focus, but I'm like, nah, this is just too boring. Let me just go ahead and skip through this. There's no way. Half the video yapping. If you was a Marvel fan, hey, go ahead and listen. Let's get it.
Regular show. To this day, to me, regular show is one of the most rewatchable cartoons of all time.
It's not rewatchable. I tried to rewatch it. It's not. See, we just blinded by nostalgia. I rewatched Adventure Time. Never again. See, you just gotta just question yourself. What we be watching when we was kids. You can't watch that when you older. I don't think I'll rewatch this. There's no.
It's like you get a different perspective or viewpoint of it every time you watch it at a different stage of your life. And when I was a kid, I used to hate Benson, bro. To me, when I was younger, he was just a guy who used to get angry at Mordecai and Rigby all the time. He was just mad, uptight, and annoying. Like, when I was a kid, I used to hate how strict teachers were. And at the time, I used to relate Benson to a teacher so much, I'd low-key dislike my man heavy. But what I've come to realize as I've become more and more conscious, self-aware, and have experienced more life as I've grown up, is that I feel bad for Benson, low-key. Benson just wanted all his employees to just do their jobs and commit. And instead of getting that, most of them were just slacking, especially Mordecai and Rigby.
Yep, got them too. He hired a ghost. What does Oh no, I can't say what does Muscle Man do, because that episode when he was when they was trying to like clean up the sand without the rake lines. So yeah, he was doing that. Really, it's really Rigby though. Mordecai, he tried to be the good person. Like, dude, you know we can't do this. Benson gonna find us. We're gonna get fired. You know, it's always Rigby that always try to talk him in it. It's like, yeah. But yeah, I understand.
Rigby. Benson just wanted these guys to do simple things like clean a room, fold chairs, take responsibility for any problems they've done. And what do they do instead? They go slack off or go do something completely random that isn't their job. Time and time again, Benson would have to keep telling Mordecai and Rigby over and over again just to do their jobs, which isn't something you should be telling two grown-ass men to do. They should just be doing it instead. Benson would have to always lash out and start raging at these men. And it got so bad at one point, Pops had to tell him to stop yelling at Mordecai and Rigby or else he would be fired. And Mordecai and Rigby were taking a piss out of this and took advantage, which literally caused Benson to turn into the sun and started destroying the park. Benson has showed time and time again he just wanted Mordecai and Rigby to do their jobs, and we all know every time he threatened to fire Mordecai and Rigby, he was never gonna fire them. He only said that so he could push some sort of urgency and get them to do their job. But instead of doing their jobs, they'll just go on some random side quest.
Then literally the next day, the same thing. Literally the next day, the whole world is magically fixed again. They right back at the park. They're gonna have to do whatever that he told them to do. Go to the store, get some milk. Magically, they see a magic dragon or whatever. The fate of the universe is in their hands. Da da da. In the middle of the world splitting in two, and humanity is going. They rush to Skips. Skips has always seen this before. I don't know how. But I said, yes, I've seen this before. Come follow me. And then magically, they fix it. Benson sees it, clean it up before he fired. The episode ends. Magically, the next episode, the world is right back together. Same cycle every single day.
that destroys the park 99% of the time. Like, if I was Mordecai Ruby's manager, I would be tweaking out as well, fam. These guys never took their job seriously. Benson never asked him to do any complicated shit. All he would ask him to do what baby chores we were all doing at like 9 years old. And instead, Mordecai Ruby were treating us like it was the hardest thing to do possible. Benson's anger and rage towards his employees is the most justified point I've made in this video, because it's not only that he's their boss and that it's his responsibility to hold them accountable to their jobs and make sure everything gets done, but it's also the fact that Benson cares about his employees. Like I mentioned earlier, time and time again he's wanted to fire Mordecai Ruby. Like, he literally says this every episode.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. What does High Five Ghost do? I don't even know. He don't even be in the episode.
And he did fire them in one, but they quit anyway, so don't even count. Just didn't work out for these men. But majority of the time, Benson just says it as a threat so they can do their jobs. Benson has a soft spot for Mordecai Ruby. At the time, Mordecai was depressed about Margaret and he told Mordecai to go speak to Margaret to get closure. By the time, he helped Ruby to pass a foreign language class to graduate high school. And he even helped save them in the stick hockey episode after he got rid of it because Mordecai Ruby yet again didn't do their jobs. But by far the saddest moment of Benson is the episode where Mordecai Ruby destroys a car and Mr. Mailer puts the responsibility of that on Benson, or else he's gonna fire him. So he has to go drive all the way to the dealership all day to get there. And Mordecai Ruby sneak their way onto his car, and since Benson has driven out too far already, he agrees and lets them stay with him to drive to the dealership. And during the drive, they start chilling and having fun. And there's even a moment where Benson tells Mordecai Ruby the reason why he gets mad at them all the time is just because he wants them to do better and push them for that. Benson then hands them the responsibility to keep driving since he's gonna take a nap. And Mordecai Ruby decides to take a detour, drive into an arcade, and spend all night at the arcade. And then we just get this sad scene from Benson.
I'm about to lose my job! You may not care about keeping your jobs, but I care about keeping...
To be honest, I wouldn't feel bad for you. You wouldn't. If every day you about to fire me, and now you trying to cry, show some sympathy? No. I'll just go in the car and just leave you. That's it.
Keeping mine, because if I lose my job, I have nothing. Do you hear me?
I'm not even hearing it. You can cry all day. I'm just gonna walk away. That's it. And then the episode ends.
I have nothing.
All Benson wanted to do was get these men to take their job seriously, do better in their lives, make something of themselves. But instead of that, they just messed up. They just messed about, which slowly had repercussions and problems toward Benson since he's their manager and takes responsibility for any job or work they haven't done yet. I mean, Mordecai Ruby most of the time will complete a task of something, but it's normally at the cost of something else. Like when Benson, who was very extreme for this, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had a bounty hunter to find his car, and Mordecai Rigby stole the car to fix the window they broke, which eventually caused the bounty hunter to just blow up the car, but the glass stayed. Like, that's a piss take, I'm gonna be honest, fam. But for real though, if we're keeping it 100, for us adults now that used to watch regular show when we were kids, probably sympathize with Benson a lot more now, as we ourselves have grown and gained a lot more responsibilities and realize way more now Mordecai Rigby were in the wrong most of the time. I really and truly, they should have been fired a long time ago, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. And now for my final crash out. And before I even enlighten you on why this person was right for getting angry, I'm gonna paint a picture for you so you can get the most out of this explanation. We all most likely have somebody in our lives we hate. It's deep in our bones, deep in our hearts. I'm talking about when you hear their name, you get furious, fam. You just start raging with envy when they start winning and you don't. And you weren't always like this. You and this person used to be friends, comrades, something like brothers. People couldn't separate you two sometimes because of how close you were. But then they betrayed you. They let you down in your darkest hour. They fumbled when you needed them most. Then they betrayed you. They let you down in your darkest hour.
Of course. 10. Yeah, the original Teen Titans, yeah. Terra, Blackfire. Who else? Oh, wait. Let me refresh it real quick. I think we like him.
Hour. They fumbled when you needed them most, and after that moment, you vowed to never trust a human soul like that ever again. Now I want you to take all the anger I've just helped you resurface and throw it at Dinkleberg and scream it with me, "Bun Dinkleberg, man!" Everything in Mr. Turner's life was ultimately horrible because of Dinkleberg. The weather was...
I never really understood it. I don't know why. What did he do? I
It's
think he
horrible.
was
Dinkleberg. His tie didn't match his shirt. Dinkleberg. The Turner household ran out of milk. Dinkleberg. And when I was younger and used to watch Very Odd Parents, often I just thought that Mr. Turner was a hater. However, I have some strong evidence here which justifies the hate against Dinkleberg. In the episode where Timmy goes back in time, we can see his parents. And before Mr. Turner was with his wife, she was close to Dinkleberg. Now I know that's a relatable feeling. When you see fine shit but they already with somebody else, that shit gets me heated for real. Not to mention, Dinkleberg is a huge rage baiter. This guy would spend time out of his day to go bug and annoy Mr. Turner on some dumb shit, whether he used to show off him being rich or even just come to his house for no reason to gloat and be passive aggressive.
every episode. Hey Turner, how you doing? Just that. He always get mad for no reason. And they live right next to each other.
We all know what it's like to be rage baited by that one person who consistently does it to the point we all fall for it. And Mr. Turner was getting this done daily, from his childhood all the way to when he became a dad and was raising Timmy. Dinkleberg was consistently baiting this man and it was working. He even convinced Mr. Turner to try and kill this guy several times. Believe me, if I could wake up tomorrow with Toon Force and blow up my enemy, I probably would, I'll be honest. As peaceful as I am, I hate some brothers, but we ain't gonna go into that. But to get real here, I'm sure the hate Mr. Turner had towards Dinkleberg was just because he was jealous of Dinkleberg for having no kids. And the Dink in Dinkleberg stands for dual income, no kids. And that's how they're so rich compared to the Turners who can't afford half the stuff the Dinklebergs be buying. And that's probably why Mr. Turner carried.
That just makes sense though. Like life would be like, I wouldn't say on easy mode. It'll just be a little bit more easier when you do have your life together. Then you can start worrying about kids.
Some hate for Dinkleberg in the future. Also, Timmy was ruining a bunch of stuff for his dad, like losing awards he should have won, but then they got handed to Dinkleberg, which is a piss take. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd be heated at that. And as an adult, I can humbly say, but Dinkleberg, I hate Dinkleberg, you hate Dinkleberg, we all hate Dinkleberg, but this guy, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we at the end of the flick. If you lot got any more reasonable crash outs I haven't mentioned in this video, put them in the comment section below, because I want to see some different ones. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope you lot have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Obviously, like Squidward. That's all I know. Squidward. Shrek at the like before he met Donkey. Shrek. Those are the only two.